You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. Guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in the new package from China, where we're going to talk about all kinds of weird stuff that we find in AliExpress. And yep, we're going to get ourselves a new kind of handheld. This is called the X12 Pro edition. A couple of you were like requesting this, so I was more like, let's pick it up. It's not very expensive, and I'm really curious what are we going to get. So let's talk about the box itself in general, because there are some things that makes me kind of laugh, because it's kind of funny in my opinion. So the first thing is that like they're calling about the upgraded CPU, but they try to say like it's a quad-core A7 Play 10 simulators. Okay. But this is more like the funny thing. They call this D-pad an itching key. Like, wait, what? Okay, so nevertheless, we're going to get 4000 milliamp lithium battery inside for long endurance. So, you know, like sometimes these text on the box are kind of funny in my opinion, but let's take a close look. What can we actually play? Okay, so we do have like a completely different layout. And why I'm surprised is that normally we're going to get always like the same kind of crappy menu and software. Okay, so when you're using the volume, you cannot change into the menu. We're going to get the shortcuts in here. Take consideration, you cannot change them out. What you see is what you're going to get. So then we have like the option to watch a video if you want to. Yeah, so basically in old school media player is basically what you're going to get. There is no file in here. Then we can browse if you want to. And this is basically nothing to do with internet. This is just basically going into the browsing of the SD card. You have like display settings, backlight. Okay, I must say that the device does have like a very bright display, powering off, file sorting, language. Here we can change out the language if you want to. Oh, before I forget, important, the advanced, select tune, format card. But there's no way of changing the aspect ratio to begin with. A little bit of a bummer. Besides having like a crazy amount of reflection, you can see that we do have like an okay display in this. It's not your best typical display like an IPS, but it's way better than the cheap device we've seen in the past. So when getting into the game folder, we're just going to get into the SD card. I already told you like what kind of games we can play, so we're going to try a couple of like 8-bit, 16-bit games just to see how the emulation performance in general is. I can tell you that they actually used 2 speakers in this, and it sounds not bad at all. Only the emulation performance completely ruins the audio file because it sounds really bad. I'm going to lower the freaking lights in here because it's quite difficult to start like recording from this. Nope, I'm not going to get the extra live. Completely messed up the button controls. The D-pad does feel very bad, but I can tell you that it is not super bad. But the emulation, oh boy, you can hear the crackling noise all freaking time. Oh, this is so bad. When pressing the escape, what you're going to get is the same stuff that I've seen before. So, kind of funny is that we do have like the option to make a quick load, quick save. Let's go to the settings. Oh crap, I messed up. Oh crap, I messed up. What I wanted to say is that we have like the sound output, key mapping, so we can change out the controls if you want to. Screen size, we can put it on scale, so that's something that we're going to try just for fun, just to see what happens then. It's going to be looking way better with normal aspect ratio. And guess what? It actually works. So with Super NES, we do have like normal aspect ratio, so that is a positive side. Now they should fix the audio, because it sounds really horrible. Let's try a different system. NES this time, going back to the 8-bit. We do get some good sound. When changing the aspect ratio, you're basically like changing it for every single system. So you cannot say I want to have a certain like aspect ratio with a certain kind of platform. Nope. So one settings for every single emulator. Turbo mode. Wow. And also this they managed to mess up. Okay, here it goes. You can see the background audio is completely messed up. Also, we have this very strange line going on there. Like, it's not like it should be, you know. But the weird thing is, like, when you're looking at the speed of the game, it's actually not bad. Let's put it high speed. You can see no stuttering whatsoever. It's just an audio issue. Also, the sound effects are absolutely horrible. So finally found a platform that runs something great. For just basic platforming games, the D-pad plays very well. And this also is set to the normal aspect ratio. We do have like some black bars at the side. So now I can really enjoy some old school retro gaming with this. How do I get down there? Oh, there we go. Next up, let's play some Game Boy Classic, or best at color basically. So now when you need to move around with the D-pad up and down, you can feel like it's basically like there is something beneath it. Yeah, it feels not like it should be. Really annoying. So I'm glad they implemented some normal joysticks. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what you should do like the second stick, you can use it to play like this. You can just use it like that. Kind of weird. Yeah, so the problem is when we're going to mess around with the aspect ratio, it's completely messed up with the MAME. Okay, so let's see if we can change that out. Let's go to the settings. Let's go to the screen size, full screen, go all the way back, return to game, and there we go. Beefcake and Dino time. Of course, it's your Beefcake guy. Okay, so the character itself is glitched up. Why there is always something they need to be messing up? How does it work with some beat 'em ups? Yeah, the D-pad is absolutely garbage. Okay, so the ultimate test, they are saying we can play PlayStation 1. You can already hear it, right? Oh boy. Oh. And just to be honest, it runs way smoother than the previous models, but it is absolutely garbage. Yep. But again, it's more like an audio issue, or nah. No, we're not getting full speed. Oh, there it is. So the X12 Pro, so it's going to be kind of interesting, and I'm curious, like, if we're actually going to get two speakers. Seems to be we're going to get two speakers. Yeah, there was something in the past there. I was like adding like basically one speaker to it. Sounds absolutely horrible. There is no crappy camera, or I think there's no crappy camera anymore. But the X12 Pro, of course, it needs to be on the back. They also need to rip off the Nintendo Switch colors. The interesting thing is like we do get some interesting, let's say, joysticks. They're kind of weird looking, rubberized. So we do have like the screen protector on. Of course, we're going to remove it, otherwise it looks hideous. Oh yeah, satisfaction. And I can already see like the screen is scratched up here and there, so they're using a very basic screen protector. There's even some air under here, but okay. We have a screen protector, the escape button, select start, and it feels really cheap. The A, B, X, Y feel quite nice. Plus, minus, or I'm guessing this is volume control, and the D-pad. But the D-pad, oh boy, that is really bad. It is a floating D-pad, but it feels kind of cheap. So let's take a close look later on how this actually plays. The interesting thing is that we do have an HDMI out, so I'm curious how this is going to be working. The input for the micro SD card, let's see what they're using, an 8 GB, so not going to be very interesting. And here we have like the on and off, audio out, micro USB, and basically we're going to get two of them. You have like the option to just use this thing like in game system, hook up an extra controller. When it comes to the plug and play functionality, it works actually pretty good. You're just going to plug it in, it will automatically go to the screen itself, so that is a positive thing. So let's play a game on the big screen. So it's pretty damn cool feature. The only thing, if you want to implement an extra controller, you should like get yourself like another like micro USB to a normal USB for getting some controller to work. But actually a lot of fun to play it like this. And with some okay emulation, especially with the GBA, we do get some pretty damn cool, let's say, configuration this way. But unfortunate with the bad emulation when it comes to Tekken. I just wanted to boot it up just to see if it's going to be any worse. Yeah, it's going to be the same result, but it's not getting any worse. But again, like the HDMI function is pretty damn cool. If you would like to fix the emulation performance, I think it would be like a pretty damn cool fun device to play with. Disappointed with this new X12 Pro. There is nothing pro about it. The only thing that actually works okay is the GBA. Beside that, it's just a hit or miss with, let's say, platforms. So the overall like performance is pretty damn like to cry for. And yeah, I think like when you're looking at the upgraded CPU, they didn't really lie about it, because it runs a little bit better here and there, but overall it's still the same cheap stuff. Yeah, and the itching key, we're not going to start about it anymore. Besides that, the D-pad is pretty damn horrible. The display is okay, I must say, they did an okay job with it. The analog stick, I personally really love it, but the overall performance of the emulation is pretty damn bad. We have so many different handhelds now that we can play and we can choose from. So basically, if you're looking at the same amount of money. Let me know in the comments what do you think of this. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next video.